I just want to pause and comment on my ride through Flagstaff, Arizona today. Because I got to tell you, as big as Flagstaff is, you would have thought it would be bumper to bumper. You would have thought, it would be 1 mile an hour like it was for some of these other places. Instead, I was treated to an absolute delight. It was like I was driving through a national park or something. There was trees on both sides of all different colors. It was absolutely beautiful. There was no backed up traffic or nothing. Everything was just beautiful. And I hope it stays that way, at least for a while. Because, I really wished I'd have recorded it. But, the bad thing about it is you don't think to record until after you done got past it. But just absolutely beautiful. My ride through Flagstaff on Interstate 80, I'll spit it out, was just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I can't believe it. And I just had to comment because it was just awesome, man. It was just awesome. So where are you? Well, Nunya. I'm at Nunya, Arizona. How about that? Does that work for you? I'm at Nunya, Arizona. But I can say I'm past Flagstaff. I just won't say how much. But I am past Flagstaff. But yeah, man, I just had to comment because that was an absolute delight. It was an absolute delight to go through Flagstaff on I-40. Because it was just so peaceful, so serene, trees of every color. It was beautiful. And I was just gobsmacked by it, man. Because I figured, well, Flagstaff is going to be like Albuquerque, and I'm going to sit there in bumper-to-bumper traffic. No, quite the opposite. Flagstaff was absolutely beautiful. And it was just a breeze. I just breezed right on through it like nothing. Like a hot knife through melted butter, man. It was great. And I just had to comment. Because that don't happen every day, folks. When you're on a major interstate, breezing through something don't happen every day. So it was an absolute joy to ride through there with all that beautiful scenery and stuff. It was just amazing. It really was amazing. So I will say that I'm on the other side of Flagstaff. I just won't say how far. But I am on the other side of Flagstaff, and everything's going great. Everything's beautiful out here. The mesas and the mountains even. I'm at 6,000 feet above sea level. Ain't no danger of me flooding out here. Ain't no danger of flooding. Ain't no danger of any cataclysm getting to me because I'm 6,000 feet above sea level. Because remember what the scientists told me. Said you got to be at least 1,500 feet. Well, shit, I'm 1,500 feet in spades. I'm 6,000 feet above sea level. Ain't nothing gonna get me. Not so lucky for the rest of you, perhaps, but they ain't nothing getting me. Remember a long time ago, trolls and haters, and well, the rest, everybody, when I said, hey, get your ass to the mountains. Get to the mountains. Get to high country. And in that way, if that rock over there at Easter Island does fall into the sea and create a massive tsunami, you'll be all right. How many people actually took my word? I took my own words and I went higher. I want to take you higher. That's a good tune. I went into the mountains. I ended up in the mountains and took my own advice, ended up in the mountains. Now I'm even more so in the mountains. 6,000 feet. Damn. That's nuts. 6,000 feet, buddy. What about that? It beats 888 feet any day. But yeah, there ain't no danger of me flooding out or getting caught by a tsunami or whatever this time. Because I'm too high. I'm too high. Rocky Mountain High in Colorado. I miss John Denver. I miss his music. He was a good man. He didn't have to die. He didn't. Well, Vaughn, are you saying his death was a murder? I'm absolutely saying his death was a murder. John Denver is one of Clinton's dead friends. Well, he wasn't really a friend, but he's on Clinton's list. See, for those of you that don't know, John Denver publicly humiliated Hillary Clinton and Tipper Gore. And you say, well, how did he do that? Well, they were trying to categorize music back then, particularly heavy metal. and rock and roll. And they come across John Denver. Now, John Denver back then was Mr. Wholesome. No smoking, no drinking, no womanizing, no carousing of no kind. He was a literal square. Okay, and well, I did a Z instead of a square. Shit. Let's see here. There we go. That's a little better. Yeah, but yeah, he was a literal square. And this was clarified by Frank Zappa and Dee Snider, who also said the same thing. He said, man, that dude's straight as an arrow. What are you talking about? What it was, he had this song Rocky Mountain High, and Hillary Clinton and Tipper Gore tried to make it sound like he was talking about drugs. He was not. He didn't do drugs. Now, the funny thing about it is, if you go online today and Google John Denver, he smoked, he drank, he did drugs, he womanized. He was a piece of filth to read it on the internet. But the truth of the matter is that we have Dee Snider and Frank Zappa on record saying no. He was a flat-out square. He was absolute square. He didn't do any of that shit. So if you're reading that shit online, it's an absolute lie, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Because we got Dee Snider and Frank Zappa on record for that shit. So, yeah, pretty interesting stuff, huh? Wonder why the internet lies so bad. Well, that's a good question. Maybe that's something we can figure out in our own time. Find out why they're lying on that man, and him a good man. But anyway, I believe with all my heart that Hillary Clinton killed his ass for publicly humiliating her and Tipper Gore, but mostly her, because I'm sure she's narcissistic as hell. Anyways, and it, you know, because not long after he publicly humiliated her, he ends up dead in a plane crash. Well, imagine that. And turns out a lot of Hillary's friends and acquaintances died in plane crashes. Isn't that amazing how that works? And him a good pilot, and it was clear skies and everything. And the mechanic said the plane was mechanically sound. So now, why in the hell did that happen? Well, good question. Good question. Maybe the Hillary wires were broke, huh? You reckon the Hillary wires were broken on it? Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, that's all I got for you. Have a wonderful day, bye, guys. Bye.